You think you know me. You think everything is easy in my life, that everything is simple, but it wasn't. You might see me getting through my day, happy, smiling, and all that, but you don't know what it took for me to get there, how much I have been through, and the fact that I'm still here and I'm still trying to get on with my life, no matter how much of a snail pace it is. I think I'm thriving because I don't share anything that goes on with my life, not until I'm ready to, not until I think it's relevant. Because I think it's important for me, myself, to heal first before I tell anyone anything. My first ever priority is to be a decent human, to support others, to understand others, not to put somebody down, not to assume things about other people. Because you know what? That's just plain wrong. So I'll just give you a little bit of an insight to why I'm doing everything at such a snail pace, why people assume that I'm just being too slow or unbothered or living a free life, when that isn't the case. As a kid, I was like happy-go-lucky. Yeah, I was a bit crazy, and crazy in the way that I was hyperactive and very temperamental and stuff, but yeah, that was me as a child, like a toddler to an early infant. But as I grew up, I was cheerful, I was happy, I was sociable, and all of that, and I still am. But when I got to year six, which is like the last year of primary, I wasn't treated nicely by people. I was bullied, I was isolated. My then best friend left because she moved away, which is fine. I did have a good group of friends, but what hurt was the constant bullying that I got throughout my school year. And this leads me into year seven when I first went into the classroom, brand new year seven, and I got bullied. The first ever comment I got was about my hair. The person assumed that I didn't comb my hair. And I've always dealt with like really frizzy hair, but I was a child. I was only 12 years old or 11, and my hair wasn't my first priority. And then as the years went, year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11, this horrible group of people, which I do wish them the best now because this is like old, but they all hated me for some reason. Like, I had this group of friends and they were absolute sweethearts, but due to all the bullying, I lost my confidence. I developed really bad social anxiety, and then it became generalized anxiety disorder. And I had to tell myself that my friends didn't really like me, that I was an embarrassment to them because they were popular and I was the only one that was getting bullied. Every day I went home and I kept asking myself, what is wrong with me? Why do these people hate me? What did I do to them? And I would get beaten by these people. I would get humiliated, horrible, vicious rumors that lasted till the end of school year, destroyed my whole mental health. Then after year 11, I went into college and I was still really anxious, but I thought, fresh start, new area, new place, new people. And I wanted to become my cheerful self again, thinking that nobody from the previous school would ruin that for me, but that wasn't the case. I don't hold any like bad energy to these people or negativity. Like, I still wish them the best, but they humiliated me again in front of all these new people that I could have potentially been friends with or just got on with. So I did my first two levels of college, and it got hard then because I felt this hostility coming from the tutors. I'm not going to name anyone because, old news again, and I'm still here. But I didn't feel like I was accepted into their course. And I was put into a work placement where I felt like I was mistreated, and the energy was just off. It was just bad, and I kept thinking to myself, oh, maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe I'm overthinking it. But I worked so goddamn hard to achieve what I already achieved. All I remember is these tutors telling me that I wasn't good enough for their course, that if I go to another course, it'd be better, because I managed to catch up 10 weeks of work from another course that I know nothing about. And I'm going to say it again, this is like old news. This is like 2017, 2018 time. The day that they said, no, we're terminating your contract because you're not good enough, I lost it. I emotionally lost it. I felt so low on myself that I remember walking out of that placement area and my bag broke. A brand new bag just snapped. I feel like that was kind of like a metaphor of how my mental health was, how my emotional health was. I'm an empath. I can absorb everybody's emotions, the energy, their feelings, everything. And the next day, I went into college again and had a discussion with one of the tutors. And they just told me straight out, like, I ain't good enough. They didn't understand the fact that I was healing through a loss and I was going through different changes in my life. And I was still working so hard, passing all the assignments, and I still wasn't good enough. Then after that, I lost all faith in myself, and my sister and my mom helped me get into a training center, a workplace training center, so I can just catch up and, be somewhere. So that's what I did. I went to another training center and they were absolute sweethearts. The tutors were super friendly, and the people in there, the students, they were so sweet. Still feeling a bit bruised from everything that happened before, I still managed to pick myself up and I did all the courses there, money management, more childcare courses, and they appreciated it, they liked it. And the dreaded part came where one of the tutors there said that, oh, we're going to put you in another work placement. And I was a bit scared. I was like terrified due to what happened last time. Well, you know what? It was the best thing ever. Like, I enjoyed that place. That place gave me a chance to show that it wasn't really anything to do with me. They said I was one of the best student, worker, learner there, and they kept me over my time in the contract. I was only meant to be there for like what, 3 weeks, and they kept me for 2 more weeks, and then probably another 2 weeks. And when my contract was over with them, they gave me a goodbye card, a thank you card, and a box of chocolates. Also, a funny thing, I did contract chicken pox at the age of 18 while I was working there. But you know what? I don't really mind that, because they supported my health, they supported my emotional well-being, they supported everything. These nursery teachers were absolute angels. The self-belief that I lost, they restored it for me. I was actually treated like a human. So after I developed the chicken pox, and then when I got better, my life all flipped again. I woke up one morning and I was terrified. Terrified to leave my bed, terrified to go outside, just in case I got contaminated by something that would make me ill. And that was the beginning of a really dark time in my life. I remember huddling myself, walking like that, trying not to bump into anyone. I would go back to the college training center, and I was scared to sit down on the chairs in case there was a contaminant on it. And that was like the beginning of my downfall. my emotional downfall. And then it just progressed at home, and I was scared to even get a cuddle off my baby brother, who I love with my whole heart. And then after that, it developed into eating issues where I stopped eating because I assumed that the food would make me ill. And if I get ill, then I'm contaminated. So do you get where I'm coming from? That circle. Yeah, that's what it was. And then after that, I lost a lot of weight in 1 year. I went from 46 kg all the way down to 30 kg. And to me, that is a massive, massive jump backwards. The whole point of this is that it's not good to think you know something about someone, to judge someone without understanding what made them get to where they are today. Like, you can't just sit there and you can't just think you know everything when you don't know somebody's story. So if you've got nothing nice to say, just don't say anything at all. And if you want to know, then come and ask directly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just hate all this, like, oh, I know everything and blah, 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 and all that stupidity. No human is perfect. We're put into this world to learn, to grow, to get on with others, to understand each other. But sadly, we're in a world now where everyone is backbiting each other, where everyone is creating these false narratives about each other. It's just wrong, plain wrong. So before you preach all the good stuff in the world, at least look at your own behavior and see if you are implementing it within your community and your family. Also, a side note, I spent most of my life not knowing who I am, what I want to do, what makes me happy or anything. I've not had all that because of everything I've been through. And it's the same for other people. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know like anything. So let's just not guess. If you really love someone or you're very concerned about someone, go and talk to them directly. What's happened to people these days asking, oh, how is this person? How is that person? Is that person okay? Is that person feeling well? How is it? But no, we go straight to the negatives. Absolutely annoying. Also, you got to understand that when your mental health is affected, your physical health is also affected. See, because of the bullying in year 9, where it went worse, I developed an autoimmune condition called Raynaud's phenomenon. And that is when I'm highly stressed, my whole body gets cold. Arms, feet, legs, nose, whatever. I get cold. It turns yellow, it turns purple, and I can't move. And here comes the fun, please. And what I'm on about is my chronic fatigue. Yes, I have been tested for vitamin D deficiency and it is below 25, which is like super duper low. And I have been put on meds for it and I have finished the course. But I'm still tired and I have been dealing with low vitamin D for as long as I can remember. I've had nothing but supplements and fruits and food with all of that in it and it didn't help. So yes, I have to put my physical health before anything else. Anyway, I've been babbling on for too long. Anyway, my whole point is know someone's story before making stupid assumptions, before accusing them of something. Know their achievements, know their failures, but don't keep that as like, that's them, that's the character. Don't categorize them with that. Don't build somebody's image on that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's wrong. You should just see these people as humans. You know what I mean? We're all going to fuck up. We're all going to do great things. We're all going to do something really quickly or really slowly. But what matters is that we're still here. We're still alive. Just be a good human. It's not that hard. Anyway, this wasn't really aimed at anyone, to be precise. It was just how I've been feeling. I just wanted to rant a bit, put it out there. And yeah, I just wanted to rant and just express what's been in my head for years or months or weeks. I don't know. It's always in my head every now and then. But yeah, that's it really. So thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or want to say something, you agree or you don't agree, that's fine. Just put it in the comments. Thank you. Lots of love.